Well, this one is for my Arizona people. Well, this one's for people who care about Arizona and the Senate. So, see, suddenly Kari Lake just went national. And while the Arizona governorship right now is headed by Katie Hobbs, who is destroying the state through the border, Kari Lake is going national with her Senate run, and she's pulling ahead according to polls. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel. This is where the happy patriots are. This whole channel blew up because of Kari Lake. We love following her career. We predicted this over a year ago that she's going to win. This is going to be great. Here's a clip that starts to articulate some of her positions.
We are on a battlefield to save our country, and we can't pause this fight. The fight is right now.
And then here we are over on Twitter on political polls. This is the big news. Okay. Kari Lake is ahead of Ruben Gallego. So that's the big, and then Kirsten Sinema, who dropped out of the Democrat Party to go independent. She's kind of out of this thing right now, but Kari Lake just pulled ahead of Ruben Gallego, the Democrat. This is super important that we support Kari Lake. We have to get Arizona back at the Senate. This is a +1 seat, so support her. And not to brag, but we were first to call this back way before anyone else was talking about the Senate. We called Kari Lake's Senate run. We also called her win. And even back when she was all tied up in court cases, this was such an obvious path for her. I think the only possible other path would be if she was going to be Trump's vice president. Once that door closed, I think Trump made it clear to her that wasn't going to happen. Senate, boom. That's where we need her too.
You know, another thing they do in DC, I'm learning from people talking to me about, how corrupt this place is they bully you. If you're not voting the way they want you to vote, you will be bullied. They want to invite you to lunch. They don't talk to you. I mean, literally kind of junior high bullying tactics. And I thought, well, I'll be fine with that because I've had the media attacking me for so long that I really don't care if you don't sit by me at lunch or you call me names. I just really don't care.
And what you're going to see in D.C. is the magnification of D.C. Sending Kari Lake to D.C. on behalf of Arizona is going to push it toward MAGA. So we want our people in D.C. to take D.C. a little farther away from the centrist beltway neocons. Here's Kari Lake. I recognize how significant it is that Barrasso, the third-ranking Senate Republican, came out in Arizona to campaign for me. That's right. This is third-ranking guy. He's out of Wyoming. Let's listen to him introduce Kari Lake.
To me, the key election is the one earlier in November, the election for President of the United States and Senate seats all around the country. And that's why I'm here. That's the election I'm concerned about. I want to do everything I can to make sure that Donald Trump is elected President of the United States again. And Kari Lake is part of a majority for Republicans in the United States Senate.
This is something Republicans also realize. They can't do good with just having Trump be president. You have to get the House and the Senate and then work with the Supreme Court. If you're going to undo the damage the Democrats are doing to our governmental system, that's a great endorsement. And the GOP, remember last time, they kind of held their nose at Kari Lake, too MAGA, too yucky. Now they're like, Kari Lake, let's go. Republican Party. Kari Lake, we're for you. Good. See, Mitch McConnell stepping down. Kari Lake coming in. That's a big sea change in the party, guys. Here's Trump on Arizona.
Just walking into our country. So something has to be done. The problem you have is Arizona. You have a governor, a very liberal governor, that a lot of people say shouldn't be the governor. And in California, Newsom's doing a terrible job.
So Trump is calling out Katie Hobbs there. Because, guys, elections have consequences. Arizonans, they voted for Katie Hobbs going, Kari Lake is too MAGA. And then suddenly Katie Hobbs opens the borders up and you have a bunch of illegals come in and destroy Scottsdale, Arizona. How do you guys like how you voted? Everybody's still angry about the Meghan McCain and the John McCain argument between he and Kari Lake. The problem is people are more angry about the names, about the fight between Kari Lake and John McCain, where frankly, she crossed a line, but they care about that more than they care about the border and the fentanyl coming up from the South. Sorry, guys, it's time to unite around Kari Lake. Even the John McCain and the Meghan McCain camps, You need a united state around Kari Lake. You have to help her win, or you're going to get Ruben Gallego. You get Ruben Gallego, and you're basically going to turn Arizona into San Francisco. So enjoy that, guys, all you red state guys, all you people with manners.
What I do care about is our U.S. Constitution remaining intact, is our country being safe again, is our border being secure, our economy growing, and that everyday Americans can prosper and have their freedoms intact. And so I'm going to work really hard for that in the U.S. Senate.
This was great news. That first poll that shows she's points ahead of Ruben Gallego right now. We have to keep fighting for her, guys. Don't forget, you're gonna register to vote, and if you can't do a day in day of ballot, you will mail in your vote. I want to encourage everyone to get back in and get on the voting bandwagon, especially in Arizona. I'm Doug in Exile.